Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. When you are designing a complex system, everyone talks about database services, load balancers, and caches. But there is one foundational component that's often overlooked, yet it's very first step in almost every internet requests. I'm talking about DNS, the domain name system. In system design interviews, showing a solid understanding of a domain name system isn't just a bonus, it's something that will differentiate you from other candidates in your interviews. So today we are diving into why domain name system matters in system design interviews and the key concepts you must know. So let's try to understand why domain name system matters in system design interview. First, we have it's the first step. Literally, every time user type something like google.com or youtube.com, type it right here, or clicks even on a link, domain name system is the first service invoked in this process. It translates human readable domain names into machine readable IP address. If DNS fails, your entire application is unreachable at all. Number two, crucial for scalability and availability. Domain name system isn't just about translation. It's a powerful tool for routing traffic, distributing load, and ensuring high availability, especially in globally distributed systems. Number three, shows foundational knowledge. Interviewers use domain name system discussions to gauge your understanding of fundamental networking concepts, caching, and how the internet truly works. It shows you think beyond just the application code. Lastly, it's not just simple. Like many candidates simply say domain name systems translate names to IP address and move on. And that's it. Explaining its distributed nature, caching implementations, caching implications as well, and various record types shows a real depth. It's not just like, I take the domain name and I just return the IP. It's not just like that. Okay. We need here to talk about the core DNS concept. And I would say that you need to focus on this section because this is the most important section. And I guess in context of system design interview, this is a section, this is the, you don't have to know more than that in context of system design interview. So first, what is a DNS system? Domain name system, sorry. A domain name system is a hierarchical distributed naming system that translates domain names like your website.com or google.com into IP address. IP address would be like something like that, 192.0.2.1. It's essentially the internet's phone book, okay? Let me delete this. Okay. The domain name hierarchy, we need to understand this because this is quite important. So we need to understand the structure. So we have four things. We have the root servers, this is a top level handled by a few authoritative organizations. We have the top level domain. This is like .com, .org, .net, .io. We have the second level. This is your actual domain, like youtube.com, google.com, something like that. And after that, we have subdomains. This is like www.api.mail. etc. Let me delete all of that. Next, we finish this. Sorry. We finish this. We will continue with it. We have, we'll continue with this. We have the domain hierarchy. No, sorry, we finished this. We have this, sorry. We have the DNS resolution process. So, we need to understand this. when your client is connecting with the domain name system here, DNS, domain name, I messed up the N. So first, your client will ask a resolvers, often, which is your DNS server. The resolver will queries the root server for the TLD info. The root server directly go to the TLD server, which is for your domain's authoritative info server, and the TLD server directs to your authoritative name server where your domain's records are hosted. And the authoritative name servers provide the IP address. The resolver cache this IP address, returns it to the client. You know how many steps I say, but usually you will say that the domain name system, you will send the client sends the domain name, and the DNS will send back the IP address. But it's not just like that. There is a pretty long list, and I would say it again. First, your client asks the resolver, often, which is your IPS DNS servers. After that, the resolver will queries the root server for TLD info. After that, the root server directs to the TLD server for your domain authoritative server info. The TLD server directs to your authoritative name server where your domain's records are hosted. After that, the authoritative name servers provides the IP address. And in the end, the resolver cache this IP and return it to your client. And I would say, in context of your system design interview, you don't need to know more than that. Okay, lastly, we'll talk about key DNS record. Let me delete that first. So we have a record, and a record, it maps a host name to IP address version 4 address. It will be something like the example that we talked about, 192.0.2.1. First, we have 4 A's. This is 3 A's, and this is 4 A's. We have 4 A's record. This maps a host name to IP address version 6. We have the C name. CNAME record, this maps one host name to another host name, like www.example.com, which is be like example.com. It's crucial for aliasing services, for pointing to load balancers / CDNs. Let me delete this. There is as well, I guess, mix record. This one, this specifies mail servers for domain. We have MX record. This one specifies mail servers for domain. We have NS record. This one specifies the authoritative name servers for the domain. And lastly, we have TTL. This is time to live. This is critical for system design. It's the duration in seconds that a domain name system resolver or client is allowed to cache a domain name system record. At a low time to live means faster propagation of changes, good for failover, but for more frequent lookups, higher load on DNS servers. A high time to live reduces DNS query load, but slows down the changes. And I guess this is that would be great for any system design interview. You don't need to know more than that. Okay, so I would say system is DNS role in the core system design pattern. So first, let's talk about the global load balancing. First, we have the DNS round robin. If you looked at our round robin algorithm, I guess we created a video that talks about load balancing algorithm, and we talked about round robin. So I will not talk about what is a round robin algorithm, because there is a video for it. So, and this one is quite simple but efficient. Rotates IP address for domain, doesn't check for server health or load, and also it's user cyclic pattern to select that specific server. We have a geographic domain name system. This one directs users to the closest data center or server based on their geographical location. This improves the latency. And next we have weighted round robin. It's something like round robin, but it's weighted. This is more advanced. The DNS services can route traffic based on server weight or real-time latency measurement. Next we have the CDN integration. DNS is the entry point for the CDNs. The CDNs is a content delivery network. Your website's content record, like image.yourdomain.com, something like that, are basically named to the CDN provider. Domain name system directs users to the nearest CDN edge server, ensuring fast content delivery. Number 3, disaster recovery and failover. In a disaster, you can update your domain name system records to point the traffic away from a failed data center to a healthy one. The speed of this failover depends heavily on your domain name system records and the time to live. So basically, if we have lower time to lives, enable faster failover, but higher time to lives means it might take longer for a client to resolve to the new healthy IP address. Next, we have blue-green deployment. This one is quite advanced, but I guess it would be quite great. I'd say quite great additional thing to know about it. Domain name system can be used to switch traffic between different versions of your application during deployments. You update a domain name system record to point to the IP address of the new green environment, for example, allowing for allowing for easy and near rollbacks by switching back to blue environments and whenever you have any problem. If you don't know what is a blue-green deployment, you will have two versions. And basically, let's say that we are deploying the blue version, which is the newer version. Whenever we have a problem with the blue version, we can go one version back, which is the green version. And the domain name system handles this quite well. I guess next we have microservices discovery. While external DNS handles public services, internal DNS for services discovery mechanisms often uses DNS-like pattern to help microservices locate each other within a cluster. But I guess this will be beyond an interview. I guess you will not be asked, like, I never been asked about the microservices discovery in context of the domain name system. Okay, how to talk about a domain name system in an interview? First, don't just mention it. Explain its role. Like, instead of we use domain name system, we say domain name system will be our primary mechanism for global traffic routing via like a geo domain name system to reduce latency, and we will set a low time to live for rapid failover in case of a regional outage. Also, you could say you can ask clarifying questions. For example, what are our RTO and RPO requirements? This will influence our domain name system time to live decision. And if you don't know RTO and RPO, I'll create a video that talks about that in a bit. Number 3, be aware of its limitations. Like, explain that domain name system caching due to time to live means failover isn't an instantaneous for all clients. It doesn't happen instantly. Okay, sorry. I guess I meant to pronounce this one. Let me make sure that I was it right.
Instantaneous.
It's a pretty easy to pronounce, but like sometimes I mess things up. So yeah, lastly, you need to show some depth. So talk about domain name system health checks, A/B testing via DNS. You can talk about the A record or the A records, maybe or CNAME records. You can considerate all of that. It demonstrates that you understand the first critical steps of almost any requests. So I would say mastering domain name system in systems design interview isn't just about memorizing facts. It's about understanding a fundamental building block of the internet and how it directly impacts and the scalability, availability, and performance of your application. So yeah, that's it for this video, and see you in the future.